All right, y'all. So today we back. This is day 2 of our Edge program. So today we got a like a HIIT Metcon conditioning day. So basically what we're going to be doing is 3 rounds of 3 exercises, doing them like a circuit. So we're going to start off with American Kettlebell swings. So American Kettlebell swings is just like what you see pictured right here on the screen. And then we're going to follow that up with burpees. You can do this in a modified way or with an overhead reach. Preferably if you can do it with an overhead reach, that's great. If not, then hey, it's day 2. It's all right, starting point. By the end of it, we'll be able to do it a lot better, do a lot more. And then lastly, we're gonna finish it off with a cardio machine for 20 calories. I personally have not decided on whether or not I'm gonna do the rower for 20 calories or if I'm going to do the assault bike. So they both got a couple different benefits. Let me not butcher it and forget, because I want to make sure I notate this for you guys. So if you want to do the rower, it is going to engage more muscles. It's great for more athletic performance stuff. And right now, high rocks is popping. Like, this is something that is really popular for a lot of people. So therefore, you doing the high rocks thing, starting off with that rower or utilizing that rower is going to be much more helpful for you. Now, if you're going to do the assault bike, one thing I like about it, the assault bike is going to push back as much as you push, right? And so what I mean by that is the more that you put forth the effort, the more it's going to put forth the resistance. So you kind of get what you put in, and I really like that. Plus it's low impact. With me coming off a couple knee injuries, as far as, well, not necessarily knee injuries, I'd say just like after a while of being on your feet doing a lot of high impact stuff, you can fatigue your legs, let me say that. So not injury, but running into a lot of leg fatigue. I think that it's important to make sure you are kind of adding in that assault bike every now and again, or just, you know, the regular cycling bike. That way you can limit some of that impact that you got. But regardless, we're going to be cycling through that 3 times. Now, our rest is set to be for 9 minutes, just like a walking rest, so not like sitting down or nothing like that. But I don't know. I'm thinking about trying to push the pace and running at about like maybe 5 to 7.5 minute rest, which is still pretty extensive, good enough for us to be able to get good enough, you know, rest and recovery to get good output. And the biggest thing is record your time while you're doing this, all right? Do not, and I repeat, do not just sit up here and just do it. We want to challenge ourselves, so record your time each round that you get this done. So you can do it on your phone, and each time when you finish that round, just take a screenshot of it. You don't have to have a notebook with you. I think a notebook is a little bit more helpful, but I also understand having less things in your hands when you go into the gym is a lot more helpful as well. So either one of those, as long as you can track it, that's the most important thing. But we're gonna head up in here, we're gonna go ahead and get to this workout and get this thing done so we can get on back to the room and eat.
All right, y'all, so like I said earlier, we're gonna start off with these American kettlebell swings. So it's a little bit different than the Russian. So the American, we're going to be bringing up a lot higher overhead, transitioning straight from there. Then we're going to go straight into our burpees. So got everything all set up. It's time to get to it now at this point. First round wasn't too bad. Made that total time in about 3 minutes, 15 seconds. Obviously, we're gonna add a little more time. I started it late. Check the video and see how much more we need to add, but that ultimately is going to be our repeated circuit throughout today. So I think right now, do want to keep it at the kettlebell swings. I said that. Do want to keep it at those kettlebell swings, that same weight. Just over time, not really sure how my shoulder fatigue gonna be, so we're gonna do that, and then that way we'll go through this again one day, or at least see ourselves at the end of this transformation and see how much weight gain, as far as the weight that we can move, is able to be put on the bar onto the equipment. For this last set, we're gonna try and max it out a little bit better. Last set, we did 3 minutes on the dot, and that's with a slight little break, switching over. So this time, try and make sure we get everything with good timing and go from one straight to the other. I'm gonna try, once I start this up this time, I don't want to take a break till I have to go pick it up. So what I'm gonna do is actually just make sure I keep it in my pocket, stop it at the end, we'll go from there. Hey, my bad, y'all, man. My camera ended up dying before we finished this workout. But either way, y'all get to see me do this last set. It was just like before I was able to get up, go get the camera, obviously like do the last little bit of recording. It decided to die out, but it had perfect timing, so I'm not going to complain about it. But I'm going to have the final stats up, popping up right here. That way y'all can see my times for this day too. Also, you'll see the rest periods in between each round. We got 3 rounds of these. So go ahead and y'all get y'all work in. Let me know how y'all do down in the comments. And make sure, if y'all haven't already, make sure y'all subscribe, like, share to somebody who need to see this workout, or a friend you want to come do the workout with you. So then that way you got somebody that's going to push you, get you to the next level, and sign up for our men's membership. That's what we really going to have a community do that for you.